Just a quick side note for everyone here. I'm going to stick to a script, so if I don't make too much eye contact, it's because I know myself quite well, and I will ramble for a long time, and we don't want to be here all night. So I've actually written up a speech, and I'll try and keep to it as best I can. Yeah. So I'll start us off. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. No mai, haere mai, ki Shore Junction. Atamarie, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests and our incredible Hado E Blacks. It is a pleasure to welcome you all to this special evening in this amazing space that is Shore Junction. We're here today not just to celebrate the sport of Hado, but also to honour the dedication, passion and hard work of these outstanding players. Tonight, we come together to mark a significant moment in their journey to Japan, where they will proudly represent New Zealand on the global stage. I want to thank each and every one of you for being a part of this remarkable occasion. Your presence here tonight underscores the importance of what we're doing and the future of this great sport in Aotearoa. So just a bit of housekeeping. Oh, I can feel myself getting nervous. Just a bit of housekeeping. We're using an event of a fire, a very unlikely event of a fire. The fire exits out the door you came, or you can go straight down that hallway just over there. The toilets as well are just down there towards the fire exit. You just take a quick right and you'll see a toilet. Same thing if you go to the left-hand side, there's also a toilet there. Feel free to get up at any point to go to the toilet. You don't have to put up your hand or anything to go to the toilet, just take your time. I will be giving a tour of Shore Junction after the ceremony, and that will give you guys an opportunity to play Hado if you want to play Hado. Challenge the E Blacks, it's always a bit of fun. There is food and drink, as you may have seen. There's some pizza. You can help yourself to coffee, tea, whatever you need. And throughout the thing, you may want to take photos. That's completely fine. But we will have a white backdrop set up over there in the dance studio, where you guys will be able to take photos of the whole team, just your kid, whatever you want. If you want me in the photo, I know I'm not the greatest looking person, but if you want me in the photo, I'll jump in there as well. And I'll also be taking photos when necessary. To start us off, I'd like to just invite Paul to the stage. Paul is a man I met earlier this year, and he would change my life for the better. Yeah, so Paul, please come to the stage.
Great, thank you, Connor. Good evening, everybody, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Paul, the CEO of Hado New Zealand, and thank you all for joining us this evening of the E Black uniform ceremony tonight. To give you a bit of background, Hado is the world's first augmented reality sports, combining the best of both worlds of physical sports and the awesome technology of augmented reality to bring together a very unique sports that we would like to call techno sports. So we are super stoked to be partnering up with Shore Junction this year to bring the Hado sports experience to this awesome location, and have found the champions of New Zealand to represent Aotearoa in this upcoming Hado World Cup in Japan 2023. I really like to thank all the participating players, all the staff at Shore Junction, actually all the staff at New Zealand Esports, and also High Performance Sports as well, for all the guidance and also the training they have provided throughout the tournaments, and the training of all the athletes that's going to be participating in this game. So thank you very much. And to all the athletes here today, I want to wish you all the very best for this competition that's coming up. I know that you guys will do very well with all the training that Connor and also I saw on the social media that you guys all the hard work that you guys been putting in. Quietly confident that I think we probably even have a very good chance to be on the podium. So I wish you all the best, and really to wear the prestigious E Black uniform that we were about to present to you, proud, and go Team New Zealand.
Thank you, Paul. Next up, we have a very important guest. It's actually the CEO of the New Zealand Esports Federation, Jonathan Jansen. Please come to the stage.
Thanks, Connor. Tēnā koutou katoa, ko whakaari toko maunga, ko ohope bis toko mauna, ko kawakawa toko awa, ko Jonathan Jansen tako ingoa. Ko no kawakawa ahau engari e tipu ahau e ohope, he tangata tiriti ahau engari he hono tino nui tākou ke tēnei whenua ma ono tangata, nau reira ka tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā tā koutoa. My name's Jonathan Jansen, from Hopi originally, or born in Kawakawa. Although I'm not of Māori ancestry, I do connect to the land down in Whakatane with Whakaari White Island as my island. And I'm really happy to be here tonight, so thank you for the invitation. And I want to start off with acknowledgements first to Paul for being the visionary of bringing Hado to New Zealand, and Connor putting in all the hard work and getting Shore Junction involved to really help launch this into the state that it is today, because I can safely say without your two contributions, we wouldn't be here. And then finally to the players and everyone who's participated and those who will be traveling to Japan to represent New Zealand in Hado. This is really a monumental moment for us and for you as the competitors to go over and compete. Esports is a ship more or less traveling through uncharted waters. We're a brand new sport to New Zealand as of 2020, and we have lots of different communities and sports within our family. And Hado is almost the bow of that ship, really breaking the waters on what it is to combine technology and sport for the general public. When you think of esports, you can think of video gaming. Some people think of, in the sport space, things like Zwift or sim racing, where this is really a real tight combination of those two things. And so we're really excited to see how you go, how you participate, and how you grow the sport with Hado. And so I want to give my sincere congratulations to all of you as players, and thank you for being part of this and growing the sport. We love to support everything you're doing. We've seen great engagement with the communities and understanding around what Hado could potentially be and how this is a way that we can engage youth into understanding more around what esports is. It's not about just sitting around. It's about understanding that your mental health and your mental performance is tied directly to your cognitive and your physical performance. And so your health, your decision making, your hydration, your nutrition is something that we really love to see. And I think it's exemplified in what you are doing as your as Hado athletes. And so again, congratulations. I look so forward to seeing you. I'm so proud of you all to be competing and taking that first historic step through representing New Zealand in our rich history of sport. And so thank you all again, and congratulations.
Thank you, Jonathan. Next up, we're going to introduce the lovely Sonia Thursby, the CEO of Shore Junction and Yes Disabilities.
Gosh, you've got a lot of CEOs here, team. In fact, we got half a Hado team with three of us, but I got heels on. Next time, guys, when I haven't got my heels on, right? Yeah. So, wow, I'm pretty stunned. So I have to say, many, many years ago, I dreamed of building a space like Shore Junction. And 5 years ago, we got together with over 400 young people to design this space. And what they designed is what you see. What they didn't dream of is what you're doing with it now. And so the young people that now use it, yes, they play music and they use the dance studio for TikTok and do all the other things. But Hado, esports, wasn't on my radar. Computers, I knew they needed a few of those. And 3D printers, that was as far as my technology went. So where you as a group are taking Shore Junction and what you're showcasing to other young people is really possible is actually amazing. So as others look to you, they'll be, if you can do it, they can do it. If you can go to Japan, representing your country, representing Shore Junction, representing your families, then others can do it. So it's not just what you're doing competing in Japan, it's actually the dreams you're fulfilling for yourselves that others are seeing here. So as leaders of Shore Junction, and that's what you are, as leaders of this community, we're incredibly proud of you, incredibly proud of you. For the families here, for the mums and the dads, who would have thought? Well, not me 2 months ago when this one come up with the idea. Can we send a team to Japan? I'm like, oh, are we going to fundraise? Oh, you are. So, so it's the mums and dads here. You know, you have New Zealand athletes in your family forever, and that's incredible. To our partners, it takes a village, and it really does. So with you guys and with this man here, Connor, because he is the one that's been in my ear, it's this. And I was like, I don't know what it is. And he said, it's dodgeball. I still don't know what it is. How much do you need? So So he's the man that has actually got you guys to Japan from a financial perspective, because he's been in my ear. He's the man who's put in hours and hours and hours and days and days and nights, because he doesn't sleep, because he gets stressed, to make this happen. So your champion for you guys going is most definitely Connor. So thanks, Connor, for fulfilling the dreams of these young people, because that's what you're doing. Thank you for creating such great partnerships. So I think, to our young people, congratulations. To the families, stand proud. To Connor, I really have no words except for I'm incredibly proud and grateful. Thanks.
Thank you, Sonia. Genuinely lost words on that, actually. Next up, I'd like to introduce Kara. So Kara, just give us a wave. So Kara is going to be accompanying me and the team to Japan as the second staff member, just to give you guys a bit of security, knowing that your youth aren't just in my hands, they're also in the hands of another responsible youth worker. Kara works for FAB, which is a disability centre that, again, Sonia is the CEO of in Takapuna. And she's been doing that for 2 years now, 3 years? 2 years. So she has a lot of experience working with youth and as well as people with disabilities. So I have no doubt in my mind that she'll be an effective staff member in addition to our team. Awesome. Finally, well, I shouldn't say finally. I'd just like to say a couple of thank yous, but before I do that, I'm just going to give you guys a bit of background behind the man in the yellow hat, okay? The man, the myth, the legend, the coach of the Aotearoa New Zealand Hado E Blacks. Good whānau. It's a pleasure to be here today to see firsthand the success of the hard work you've all put in to making this sport great over the past 6 months. We have ensured that we can make history as the first ever Aotearoa New Zealand E Blacks. Hado E Blacks, sorry. Over the past 4 months, I've gotten to work alongside the youth here today and watch them develop not just their Hado skills, but also their ability to collaborate and work within a team. Hado may have been what brought them together, but Shore Junction is to thank for providing a safe space to establish the sense of community that has brought them all together. I feel privileged to have been able to watch them and guide them through their journey as they create friendships and lifelong memories. And I have no doubt that the team will make us all proud, no matter how they place in this tournament. With heads held high, I'm confident in their ability and professionalism to represent this great nation. A couple of thank yous. So the first one, a massive thank you to Paul. Without Paul, Hado in New Zealand would obviously not exist. I actually don't know if a lot of you know this, but the reason that me and Paul met is earlier this year I had a dream to create an esports league within secondary schools, and I went to all of the big tech conglomerates like Noel Leeming and Harvey Norman, and they all told me to piss off. And so I decided to go to play tech with pretty low hopes, to be honest. And Paul said to me, look, Connor, I've got no funding for you. It's just not financially going to happen for 10 gaming PCs. But I've got this cool game. It's called Hado. And I immediately looked it up and fell in love with the game. Thought this was the coolest thing I've ever seen. My immediate thoughts were to go to Sonia and to Annalise, the Centre Director of Shore Junction, and say, we need to bring this to Shore Junction. We need this to happen. And we did, and none of you guys would be in this room right now if it was not for the relationship that me and Paul created all those months ago. So thank you, Paul. I would also like to thank Jonathan from New Zealand Esports Federation, who has been influential in his commitment to ensuring that we get the E Blacks name and we get to represent New Zealand in this tournament. He has also been able to work in the background to ensure that we get our uniforms, which unfortunately are not going to make it for the trip, but we will get proper E Blacks jerseys just as we come back. And he's been influential in ensuring that we get professional training from the best coaches that we could possibly have from New Zealand High Performance, who the team met a couple of weeks ago and have been coming in weekly to help me with the trainings on Saturdays. To Sonia, you are actually a mentor and a personal role model of mine. I thank you for the professional advice and the opportunities that you provided for me. I would love to stand here and tell you about all of the great things Sonia has done for me over the years, but I'm just going to do one good story. 3 years ago, I actually know Sonia's daughter, Kerry, very, very well, and I was at her house or Sonia's house, I should say, having a coffee, and Kerry went inside to go toilet, and Sonia came out, She came out and had coffee with me, and then she asked me one of the most important questions that I would ever have to be asked in my life up until this point, and that was, what do you want to do with your future, Connor? And I did not know. I had no idea, and Sonia sat there with me, and we discussed all of the possible futures that I could possibly have with the experiences that I had. And she found out I had an interest with potentially working with youth and becoming a teacher, which I have now achieved, and that I had a bachelor's of electrical engineering. And she said, perfect. I am looking for an electrical engineer that wants to work with the youth at this cool place that we've just built called Shore Junction. So I came into Shore Junction, and I was told that I had the job, so I walked straight up to the centre director of Shore Junction, and she said, this is an interview, and I said, I was told that I already have the job. And that's how my journey at Shore Junction started, and that honestly would not have happened without Sonia, and I thank you, and I'm always feel indebted for you for the opportunity that you've created for me here, and in turn created for all of you guys, all of the youth in this building right now. To Annalise, Conan, and Ash, who aren't here right now, they are the other staff of Shore Junction. They have been helping me throughout this journey to make Japan happen, and subsequently all the events that have led up to our trip to Japan. This is not a one-man army. I did not do this all alone. This amazing artwork behind you was definitely not done by me. It would take me 100 years to create something like that, but Ash managed to do that in 10 minutes about an hour ago, because I forgot that I had to do it until about an hour ago. Conan and Annalise have been behind me the entire time, giving me advice and recommending me what to do, because I don't have the greatest amount of experience with running events, but now I do. So without them, this would not have happened. Next slide. To the whānau of the E Blacks, thank you for your support in ensuring that your sons and daughters were able to make training on time. LeVay's parents aren't here today because LeVay's the only one who hasn't been able to make it on time to trainings. Thank you for giving them the passion and interest that they have, for raising them into the amazing youth that I see before me every day when they turn up to trainings and come into Shore Junction. You guys have truly raised amazing people. And finally, to the players. Last week, 7 Sharp came in to do a piece. I hope you all had the time to see that. I had all of the Shore Junction staff, including some of the people from the board of Shore Junction, come up to me and acknowledge how well-mannered and respectful you all were. You made me so proud when I got to see you guys getting interviewed there. You guys may have your downsides and your banter and your whatever else you guys do when we're not training, but you guys proved to me that you guys are the perfect team to take across to Japan, and I'm very, very proud to be your coach. So now I'd like to invite Paul, Jonathan, and Sonia to the stage to help me present the uniforms to the team. Come on up, guys. All right, in no particular order, I'm just going to read out. We're going to start off with the team that's going to Japan. So all of the 6 players that are here today are considered E Blacks, but we could only take 4 people across to Japan. So I'm going to start with the Japan team first, and then I'll get to the rest of the team, okay? So we're going to start off with Isabel. Isabel, please make your way to the front. And then just wait on the stage in case people want to take photos. All right, Jacob, please come to the stage. Richard, please come to the stage. And finally, LeVay, can you please come to the stage? So please come to the stage. I'm trying to do it so they can see your name on the back. And finally, Hannah, could you please make your way to the stage? So, ladies and gentlemen, these are the Hado E Blacks of New Zealand, the first ever Hado E Blacks of New Zealand, and the first 4 people will accompany me and Kara to Japan in 2 weeks' time to represent New Zealand for the first time ever in New Zealand history. Are you guys going to sit down now?
These are very cool.
What you guys might not know about those uniforms is last Saturday and Friday, actually, this room here was used as a slave labor camp. We were calling it the sweatshop because the youth actually printed off every single logo onto those shirts, every single piece of writing, everything was done by the youth, so they have truly earned these jerseys. Yeah. Next up, I'd like to invite Richard, the captain of the Hado E Blacks, to the stage.
Yeah, so basically, I'm Richard, the captain of the New Zealand Hado E Blacks, and today officially receiving my E Blacks uniform. This marks a moment where my peers and I are officially recognized as professional athletes. I know I can speak on behalf of my peers in that this is a great honor, and we are looking to proudly represent New Zealand in the upcoming Hado World Cup. So, ooh, a bit nervous. So previously, national representation would not have even been imaginable, like in my high school life, because like I was year 13 and it wasn't really a sport I was like extremely good at. But only from the hard work that like all of us have put in on the team and everyone's support here, I can proudly say that I'm part of the New Zealand E Blacks and representing New Zealand. So I would like to dedicate this section to show our gratitude to like everyone here. So obviously, I would like to thank everyone that Connor thanked. Thank you to Hado NZ, the E Blacks Federation, and for providing Shore Junction and everything. In particular, I would like to thank Connor for helping us, always pushing us in trainings. Like, if it was not for Connor, I don't think this experience would ever have happened. So basically, I would like to thank him for everything he has done for us and also as like in the sports. So as a captain of the team, I would like to say this opportunity is something like we all, me and the team, all appreciate. I would say that each member has put in like immeasurable amounts of effort, and that despite the limited time we had to prepare for the tournament, I feel like we really used like all of the time we had to become the best team we could. So basically, heading to Japan later in the next month, I believe that we will always be working hard and hopefully making New Zealand proud, hopefully taking a good place in this competition. And thank you.
Thank you, Richard. And next up, we're going to get the co-captain to come up, LeVay.
Howdy, everyone. I'm LeVay, better known as the co-captain of New Zealand E Blacks. And I'm going to start off by, thanking everyone in this room because, this is, one of the coolest things I've ever been part of, and it wouldn't have been possible without you beautiful people. So... yeah, and shout out to Connor for being the best coach ever. Also the only coach I've ever had, but still, thank you for everything you've done, for tolerating us for so long and putting up with us. And I can't say if we're gonna win in Japan or not, but we're gonna make you proud. And also, shout out to my team, the New Zealand E Blacks. We've spent so much time together, you think we'll get sick and tired of each other, but that hasn't happened yet. And that's because you guys are awesome. And yeah, I love you guys, man. All right, that's it. I'm going to keep this short. Enjoy your evening, everyone.
Thank you, Vivek. Namahi, namahi, namahi. Thank you, everyone, for attending this ceremony today. As I mentioned earlier, if anyone is interested in a tour of the building, that will be commencing pretty much as soon as I finish talking. This will also give you the opportunity to give Hado a try if you guys want to challenge the other parents, or I know there could be some rivalry there. Or if you guys want to challenge your sons and your daughters, I highly recommend it. I challenge them as much as I can, and they usually push me too far. I just want to say a quick note about LeVay, because that was a very good speech, and I just wanted to mention something about LeVay. So LeVay here is the only member of the team that has an Indian passport, and over the past 4 weeks, LeVay has been driving me mental, turning up late to practice. But that was a lovely speech, so I want to say thank you very much for that, LeVay. I won't actually dob you too much. I'll leave that for after Japan. So thank you everyone for coming in today. If you want, there's still food at the back, and I'll start the tour very shortly.